Hey everybody, it's Naya. Welcome back to Naya Reads and Smiles. Welcome back to another reading vlog. Hey, I started another book and I'm so excited. Once again, just like last week, I went to my giant pile of books that have been accumulating in this corner. I am currently 200 pages into The Witch Haven by Sasha Payton Smith. Now this is this author's debut novel, I believe. It is young adult, it is fantasy. I believe it is about 448 pages. She's a little thick. This book has fully brought back all the nostalgia and all the joy that I experienced as a 13-year-old. I was like going through my boarding school book phase. Like, girl, like listen, back in 2010, there was this whole thing. The main character who is the orphan, she always gets whisked away to a boarding school. There's always really cute guys at the boarding school. That whole thing. Now that I have had the experience of like going to college for a year, I don't want to go to a boarding school anymore. Literally, I lived for those books. Any books based on Greek mythology and any books that took place in a boarding school. The Witch Haven. So this book takes place in 1911 in New York City, and we're following our main character named Frances, and she is a seamstress. So Frances's mother was taken away to a sanatorium, and her father left, I think, when she was like younger. She had an older brother named William who 3 to 4 months prior to when the book starts, he was murdered. Police were not able to find his killer and pretty much given up on, you know, his case. One night she's working really late at the sewing shop and she's attacked by this man. While she's being attacked, suddenly a pair of scissors, her like cutting scissors, fly and land in the man's neck. The pair of scissors moved on their own, almost by magic. The police pretty much know that she did it and she's about to be taken away on a murder charge when these two strange women come and pick her up and tell her that she has tuberculosis or like some sickness and they need to take her to the hospital right away. But when she actually gets to Haven Hospital, she finds out that it's actually Haven School of Witches and she's a witch, and now she's at a witch school and yeah, magic is real. So I'm almost at the halfway point, and so far I'm really enjoying the story. At the part now where she's kind of just like adjusting to her new reality and still accepting the fact that there's magic and kind of trying to learn as much as she can about this world, even though the people, the headmistress, the, you know, everyone kind of in charge of the school, they haven't really told her much. They've been pretty vague. My goal is to finish this book today, and then I actually have some poetry books that I'm hoping to get to today. One of my favorite poetry writers slash authors is Amanda Lovelace, and I've read like all of her poetry collections. They're on this shelf somewhere over here. I am behind on 2 of her poetry collections. I believe they both came out this year. So bright that I don't know if you guys can like even see it. But this book here is Shine Your Icy Crown, and then I have Flower Crowns and Fearsome Things. So I think this one came out before this one. It literally takes me maybe like 30 minutes to read these, so I am hoping to finish these today as well. I just got the best book mail. Let me get situated here. Okay, let me collect myself real quick. Oh my god. Okay, it's the weekend and my neighbors are probably still sleeping, so I'm gonna try and not make a ton of noise. Look what came in the mail. Empire of the Vampire by J. Kristoff. You guys, this is like one of my top releases of this year. I have been waiting for this book in my hands right now, and it is a like monster of a book, you guys. It's 700 something pages. I think the only books that I have that are bigger than this one are my Sarah J. Maas books. So bad. Like, I need to finish my witch book before I get into vampires. Like, I can only do one supernatural group at a time, okay? Just, I'm gonna put this where I can't see it, okay? I'm gonna put it where I can't see it. This book is witches. This is witches. We're on witches. Okay, the next box that came in is this beautiful box. Look at this, look at this. Oh my god. Ah. This box is an advanced reader's copy of Our Violent Ends, which is the sequel to These Violent Delights, which just like took the world by storm. I actually have a copy, but this one says it's signed, so I'm probably gonna keep this one and then donate the other copy I have. I'm also gonna have to hide this book from myself because we're gonna read the book we're reading now, and then we're gonna read the vampires, and then we'll get to this violence. It also came with this metal bookmark, and it's just so beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna put this all back in here before I make a mess. I get excited whenever I open these promotional boxes, not just for the books, but it makes me think of like one day, you know, when I publish my book, I wanna just have the coolest promotional box just sent out to everyone. Let us get back to the witch book. I really want to know what's gonna happen with our main character here. Guys, I am on page 208 of this book, and there's this like boy who used to be a childhood friend of our main character, and this is literally how she introduces him to us. Okay, are you ready? He looks handsome, dignified, dangerous. Those are like my 3 favorite things. Frances is so disappointed with this Academy of Witches. She just found out she's a witch. She thought she's gonna learn how to do all these cool things and just like really tap into her power. Only teach the girls very, very basic magic, like how to cook, how to clean, like how to do anything within the home, because they want them to go on and live like normal lives, you know, get married and have kids and become homemakers. They're taught just enough magic so that they can kind of burn off what builds up inside of them, because if you don't use your magic, it can kind of either like kill you or make you go crazy. Frances is just not having it. She's like, we have all this power, all this magic, and we're gonna use it to bake bread. Okay, class, today we're gonna learn how to bake bread, and then after we bake bread, we're gonna learn how to thread a needle with our minds. Honestly, I'm in the boat with Frances here. Like, I'd be mad too. Like, you take me all the way to this witch school, you know, I have to pretend to have tuberculosis and we bake bread and thread needles, and that's our coven. That's what we do. We're the witches that sew. One thing I love about Frances is she's definitely like a semi-reckless character. She comes across some like darker spells that could possibly help her find her brother's killer, and so she's like trying to recruit her friends to help her learn these spells. And it's so funny because her friends at this school, like, they've been there for years, and they warn her. They're like, listen, you've been a witch for a month. Been a witch for a month, and maybe you should just, you know, take some time, make some bread. She's definitely breaking a lot of the rules that this school has. Like, they're not allowed to go outside, they're not allowed to leave Haxahaven. Her brother's murder is a very big part of the story, and I feel like because of that, it kind of feels like a murder mystery, even though it is like young adult fantasy. I think I'm gonna take a little break from the witches and get into some poetry, which I think I left my books in the living room. I'm taking a snack break, and I just want to say I finished season 2 of Outer Banks. I'm so late to the game with the show, but I just haven't had time, and I finally, like, my sister convinced me to watch it. It was so good. And you know what was so funny? Like, the entire time I was watching it, I kept thinking like they could totally film a show like this in Hawaii, where I'm from. If they did a Hawaiian version of this show, it would be so good. Like, I would like to formally audition now. Now I'm just sitting here with everyone else waiting for season 3 to come out. Just this past week though, everyone and their mother, all my friends, all my relatives have been telling me to watch Squid Game. I can't, like, I know myself with K-dramas, I will get so sucked in and consumed, and I just have so many books I need to finish right now. It's a rabbit hole. It's a rabbit hole, and I'm not ready to go down. What are you doing? No! No, wait, that doesn't make sense though. Okay, wait, I need to reference. Oh. What the heck? Okay guys, this book, I think I'm gonna give this book a 9 out of 10. Like the second half really won me over. The first 200 pages, I felt like, kind of like I mentioned in the beginning, like I felt like I had kind of read this story before, you know, a girl gets taken to a witch boarding school. The second half of the book picked up so much. The story took a complete 360 at the halfway point. It went in a direction I did not anticipate. The first half of the book, we aren't really given much information about this world that she's in. I mean, we do know it's like a school for witches, and we kind of are given like a basic rundown of, you know, how long witches have existed for, what kind of magic that they do, and all of that. The second half of the book, we get all of that information. We actually learn that there's like this whole underground community of witches or people who wield magic within New York City. Haxahaven Academy, like the headmistress, she just doesn't want the girls to know that, and so we really just have to wait until our main character gets curious enough to go out and like explore this magical world. He actually discovers that there are male witches, and there is like it's not called an academy, it's called like a club, like a gentleman's club. Men in this book who do magic are considered magicians. We learn, and our main character learns, that the way men learn about magic is totally different, and they're kind of taught to just push that boundary and see how powerful and strong they are, whereas women are like, make bread. As she learns more about the magic world, she realizes she's really not being taught everything at Haxahaven, and so she starts to question everyone there, and they don't like that. Like I said, a big part of this book is like the murder investigation of her brother, and that really just takes center stage for the whole second part of the book. Action scene after like situation after situation. It becomes more and more reckless as the book goes on, which I love because it just makes the books really interesting. The book is definitely up there and something that I would recommend for anyone who just really wants a good witch book for the season. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, keep reading, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!